Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I'm playing Final Girl and I'm mixing it up a little bit. I don't remember what year it was. I think it was either late 80s or early 90s. There was a movie called Friday the 13th Part 10 and Jason Voorhees went to space. And believe it or not, it's actually one of my more favorite of the Friday the 13th movies. I don't know whether you'll agree with me on that or not, but it was kind of cool because they put him in this machine. He was dead, but they put him in this machine and it like rebuilt his body and gave him like a metal mask and he was just like super buff. And it was totally hokey. And it was just one of the best Friday the 13th movies ever, in my opinion. Today, I am putting Hans on the USS Konrad. We have a masked killer with a lot of health, 12 in all, on board a spaceship. I am going to be playing Barbara. I like her for a number of reasons. One, she has 7 health. She's not weak in terms of health. She doesn't have a full 6 icons to flip her over to her special ability. She has 5, so I kind of like that. The other bonus that she has is one of her special abilities when she rescues a victim and puts it here is she can take any top item card. And the reason I chose that was because after I shuffled the item cards and revealed them, one of them is called a flamethrower and it does 3 damage. So I'm going to try to get that at some point because I think I'm going to need all the help I can get. I have beaten Hans once, but I died. But the rules say that if you die while killing the monster, it's still a victory. So I treat that as a victory. But he is still very, very difficult to beat, or at least I think he is. So let me do a few last minute setup things. I've already shuffled the terror deck. I've got all the. I revealed the the setup card to get the victims placed. I start here. Killer starts here. There's a few other things we have to do. I forgot that there is another key card that needs to be shuffled in. So I'm just going to stick it into here, shuffle these up, and odds are I'm not going to be going for it, but it's in there. I forgot to put one extra key card in. All right, so I need to pick his special ability. So I shuffle these cards. Well, this is the finale card. This is what gets drawn if the terror deck goes to 0 cards. So I'm going to put that one there. And the rest go over here. And then this one I will shuffle and put that one there. And this goes over there. I need to pick the final health points. So I've got these 9 tokens. Underneath 3 of them are extra hearts. The others are blank. So I'm just going to shuffle these up real fast. And I'm going to pick this one for Hans. And this one for me. Where do I put it? Right here. When you get down to when your last heart disappears, you stop. And then you get +1 die when you're on this. But when this is revealed, if it has 0 under it, you're dead. Likewise, the same for the hero. But if it has any extra hearts, you're back in the game for just a short bit. I rarely ever... that rarely ever helps me. I shuffled the terror deck. There are 10 cards in here. So just real simple, there are key card items. I start with 1 and a token. There are 4 emergency tunnels from room to certain rooms. The bad guy cannot use them. I can use them, but it takes this token to unlock that. And once you place the token, you cannot get it back. So there are 2 additional key cards, one here and one here. If I get those, I can do other things, but I start with 1, which in this case is going to be pretty good because I'm starting here and there are 3 victims in the hangar and they are very close to the escape pod, so I should be able to get at least 2 off right away. Let's see, what else do I have? I've got this. There are 3 special rooms that can do damage to the killer if you activate it with a key card. I kind of find like that may be too much time to go and collect all the key cards to do those special things, but we'll see. Final thing I need to do is draw the first event, and I'll shuffle this little deck up and we'll draw the first one, which says good Good cooking. Every meal's a feast. Whenever you end the action in the mess hall, recover a heart. Ooh, that I've never seen that. There's the mess hall right there. So when I go in there, I can recover a heart. Nice. I've never seen event cards be beneficial to you. So that's kind of nice. All right, let's get going. The first thing I do is I start out with my 6 zero-cost cards. The timer starts on 6, and I start with 2 dice. And first thing I want to do is try. This starts on 4 for the terror track, and I need to try to move it down to the green so that I can roll 3 dice instead of 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play a focus, and I roll 2 dice, and I got 2 stars. Nice. Which means I can lower this by 1, and I gain 2 time. I also have another focus card right here. I'm going to play it. And I got nothing. Ooh. So I lose those 2 times, and this card goes away. Now I have walk. I need to get to the... I'm going to go ahead. It says you can use this as a free action. I'm going to use my key card to open the hatchway between here and the hangar. Or, yeah, was it the hangar? Yeah, hangar. And I really need 2 stars. And I did not get them. I can turn one of those into a star by getting rid of my weak attack and my short rest. This icon means if you burn 2 cards, you can make it a star. So that's what I'm going to do. And I get to move here. I can move 1 space, and I lose 1 time. And I have 1 more walk, which I'm going to use. I really need 1 star here, just 1. And I didn't get it. So I failed, which means I lose 2 time, and that goes away, and that is the end of my action phase. Now I have 3 time left. So for those 3, I will burn it, and I will buy a sprint and a reroll. And that knocks me down to 0. That is the end of the planning phase. The timer goes back up to 6. These cards go into the tableau, the 0 cost, so I'll get those back on my next planning phase. And it is now the killer's turn. Okay, so the killer always does, in the upper left corner up here, this says target the nearest victim or final girl, whoever's closest, and stab. Well, there's no one in his space, so that doesn't happen. Then you draw a terror card. Hans wants me. He's always wanted me. So he's going to target me. This is the symbol for final girl. He's going to make 2 moves. Now, his boot is 1 space, so he can move 2 spaces. So he will go to get to the bridge. He cannot go through the tunnel, so he's going to have to come through this door. He'll have to go 1 and 2. Now, he's in there, but he's targeting me, so he does not stab. If it had been a victim icon, he would have done that, but he's targeting me. This goes away. It is the panic phase. He didn't kill anybody, so there's no panic phase. So now it goes to the upkeep phase. Upkeep phase, you basically you reveal the finale card if the terror deck is done, and then you can also rearrange any items in your backpack versus your hand. Fortunately, there is nothing there. The only thing I have is the key card, which I've already used, and so now it is my turn. It is the action phase. Well, the only thing I got is Mr. Sprint here, and I need to do it, so I will roll 2 dice. And I got 1 star. I cannot turn this into a star, but that's okay. 1 star will allow me to move 2 spaces. So I'm gonna. You can take 2 victims with you. I'm gonna take them into the escape pod. I tell them to get lost. I'm gonna lower the terror track by 1. You on your card. On your person card, there are little emblems that you place these rescued victims on. I'm going to put it on this one, which lowers the terror track 1, and I'm going to get that. Flamethrower. So put one here, and I'll take the flamethrower and put it in my hands. It's a 2-handed weapon, so I can only carry it. The sprint card goes here, leaving me with a close call. I also get that 1 additional space. Remember, you can move. I could have moved 2 spaces, so I went 1 and 2. Telling them to get lost, I believe, is a free action. So now I'm right back here with another victim. And that is the end of the turn. The sprint cost me 2 times, so I'm down to 4 times. And it is now the planning phase. So with 4, I am going to buy a distraction for, let's buy with 4. I could buy the sprint and the search because I'm in the hangar, and I can go up to the mess hall to heal. Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm going to be going through the mess hall, which I can't reveal this card. Once you take the top card off, the next one remains hidden. So I can go here with a search. So let me... Do I want the search? Yeah, I'll take a sprint for 2, and then a search for 2. And then remember, I get all my freebies back, the times zeros back. That knocks me down to 0. That's the end of the planning phase. Now, this goes back up to 6. Any cards that I used go back to their spot. And now it is the killer turn. Killer will target the nearest victim or me and stab. Well, there is one here. So he stabs that one. That one is dead, which moves the bloodlust up 1. He now draws his terror card. Unholy Speed. Hans moves 1 additional space for each boot, and he gets 2 bonus hearts. 1, and I gotta get some. I always forget to get the extra hearts out. And 2. I can only get rid of this by doing 2 damage to him, which that's probably good because that means I'm gonna have to go engage him and start fighting. All right, so he's got an Unholy Speed now. Now it's upkeep phase. I still have terror cards, so the finale doesn't do. I'm not going to rearrange anything, so now it is time to move. I have a walk, short rest, weak attack. You can only have 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 cards. Let's get a focus. Let's try to lower these dice. I need to get into the green here. I got, this is good. I can, I have a reroll. But all I need is to change one of these. So let's do that. I'm going to change the short rest and the weak attack to change this to a star. 1 star allows me to bump this down. I get 3 dice now, and I lose 1 time. So I'm at 6. All right. Now, I could lower the... I'm going to try to focus one more time. There's 2 spaces in green. If I can lower it here, it's going to take longer to move out. So let's do that. I just need 1 star. And I got 1, so that's good. That'll bump this down. I stay with 3 dice, and I lose a time. And now I need to get this victim out of here. I'm going to do a sprint, knowing I have this reroll. Let's see what I can do here. All right. I will burn my reroll for 2 times. I go down to 2 to reroll any dice. I'm going to reroll these. Excellent. I got 3 stars. Now, technically, only 2 count, but I can move 3 spaces. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I end up in the mess hall, which is exactly where I wanted. And I lose a time. So I'm down to 1 because I burned that close call and the sprint. So I'm down to 1 time. 1. I could do a search while I'm in there, or I could do a walk. I'm there. You know what? I'm there. So let's do the search. Let's see what this item is, right? I got nothing. And I'm not turning in my walks. So with nothing, this lowers by 1. Or you can take the top item card at your space, lose this to 2. No, I don't want to do that. Or lose to... So I will lose this to 1, but I'm still in the green, and I lose 2 times. And that immediately ends my turn because I went into the red. I burned too much time. So I'm in the red. And the red has this X, which means your action phase is done. So now I go straight into the planning phase. So the search failed. And I do not get to use it again. All right. So I have 2 walks left, and I have 0 time, so I cannot buy any cards. So this goes back up to 6. These cards go back into their respective places. And that is the end of the planning phase. It is now the killer phase. The killer will target me or a victim in its spot and stab. There's no one here. Draw a terror card. Ugh. If there are no victims, there are. All right, otherwise target the nearest victim. Move 2 boots. But remember, Hans moves 1 additional space for each boot. Now, he can move 1 space, so he's moving 2 spaces per boot, and he'll move 2 boots. He's moving 4 spaces. The nearest victims are here, here, and here. So what I'm going to do is I don't remember the rules. I think either the rules allow me to choose or I just go random. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I rolled a 5, 6. So it's going to move here, and he is going to make 2 stabs. 2 stabs kills 2 victims. 1, 2, which bumps this up. 1, 2. Now when it got here, it raised this by 1, so now I'm back down to 2 dice. For each victim killed, this bumps 1, and he killed 2, so it goes 1, 2. So I'm back up to 4. Man, that really was not good. All right, fine. It is now my turn. All I've got, there is no panic phase because there's no victims to panic. All I've got is a walk. I just need 1 star. 1 star. I didn't even get it. So what I can do is it says I can move a space, lose a heart, and lose 2 time. I'm going to choose to do that. I lose a heart, but I get to move, and I get to tell these 2 victims to get lost. I'm going to put it on here to gain 2 time. I'm back up to 6. I'm going to put it on here. Oh, I ended on mess hall, which says whenever you end an action phase in the mess hall, recover. But I was there when I didn't. Was I here when I lost that heart? Whenever you end the action phase. Okay, so I have to move back to it to heal that heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this heart on move 1 space, and I'm going to move back to the mess hall. The walk goes away. This walk is not going to help me because, I mean, it could, but I'd rather end my turn, end my action phase, and get that heart back. So I'm going to end my action phase. I get the heart back because I'm in the mess hall. And now I have 6 time to spend. I get all of the free cards back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can buy 5 cards. I've got 6. I'm taking the fight to Hans. So I am going to buy for 6. I am going to buy this. Do I want the? I'm going to buy the Furious Strike. Or do I want the critical? The Furious Strike for 4, and that gives me 2 left. And I'm going to buy a Sprint to help get me to him. Now I'm down to 0. That is the end of the planning phase. This goes back up to 6. Walk goes back into here. And it is now the killer phase. Killer targets the nearest victim or looks for the nearest victim and stabs. There's nobody here. Draw a terror card. He just keeps coming. This drops by 1. He targets me or the nearest victim. He moves a boot. Remember, a boot allows him to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. And he stabs. There's nobody there. So that goes away. Now it's my turn. All right. Let's do that. Let's burn. Well, I really need a 3rd die, but I'll take my chances here. I'm going to do a sprint. I roll 2. I didn't get anything. I got the 2. I will get rid of the weak attack and short rest to make one of those a star. And that allows me to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. There is a key card here. All right, yeah, key card. So the rules say if you start or end your movement in a space not passing through that has a token, you can spend 1 time to take it. All right, so the sprint cost me 1 time. I'll burn another time to take this. So I've got another key card, and I've got 4 time left. I need to get to him. I'm going to do a walk. But then I'm stuck with him. I did not buy a guard. Oh, I could buy a guard before his... Oh, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to walk. I roll 2 dice. I just need 1 star. Just 1. Or I could make him come to me and save the time. That's what I'm going to do. Hold on. Instead of doing the walk, I think he's going to come to me next. If this card has him do any move, he'll come to me. I am going to instead spend that 4 on a retaliate, which will allow me to hit him back if he hits me. And I can possibly ignore damage. So that's the end of the... That knocks me down to 0 time. I put this back to 6. These cards go back in their spot. Sprint. We could take a short rest. All right, I've got some good cards here. And I've also got a key card now. So now it is his turn. There's no one in his space to stab, so he draws a terror card. There we go. If there are no victims, okay, so he's going to move to the nearest victim and move 2 spaces. Well, that stinks because he's going to move through me, and that's going to make me go to him. I'm going to move him here, and then he's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one's he going to go after? 4. Okay, so he moves to the right. And then he will kill that victim. Bloodlust goes up, knocks this down 1, and that is his turn. Now it's my turn. Well, I could walk to him and do a Furious Strike, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, I will walk to him. I got 1 star. 1 star allows me to move 1 space, and it takes 1 time. All right. Then I'm going to hit him with the Furious Strike. Flamethrower. I think the Flamethrower adds the damage. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure that when I attack, I add the weapon. Attacking. Here you go. When attacking, you must be in the same space. To attack, you play an action card that allows you to inflict damage, make a horror roll, and apply the dice. For each star, you deal with damage. If you have a weapon, that modifies damage, which it does. It adds 3. Modify the damage accordingly. When damaging the killer, remove... Okay, so yes. So the Flamethrower is going to add 3 to whatever I roll here. I only get to roll 2 dice on the Furious Strike. I really could use 2 stars. I got 1 star, and I cannot change this. That 1 star allows me to do 1 damage, plus 3 is 4. So these 2 go away. This goes away, leaving me... What did I say? 1 damage plus there's 4, so 2. So 2 more hearts go away. Actually, they don't go to me. They go to here. 1, 2, 3. Why did I do that? I put them on hers. They come down here to the pool. All right. This lowers by 1, and my turn ends. I can't do anything more. Okay. So the Furious Strike got used. Now it's his turn. Now, he is in my space, so he will target me and attack. He does 3 damage. 3. But I'm going to play Retaliate. And I'm going to roll 2 dice. And if I roll 2 stars, I ignore all damage. I only got a 2, so I can play Focus, which I'm going to do to change that to a star. Reduce the damage by 2. So he takes off 1 heart. But I do 2 back to him. Now remember, anytime I do damage, I get to add the weapon to it.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.
You may play an action card. I played Retaliate, and it says, if you have a weapon that modifies damage, you apply that. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 more damage goes away. Nice. Take that, Hans. And Retaliate is done. And the unfortunate part for me is I only have... Well, I have 5 time left, so I can get something else, but I can't... And my turn ended. So he did his. He attacked me. He retaliated. He gets to draw a terror card. Did I buy cards? I think I skipped that part. Oh no, I just did the retaliate. What? There was a reason I attacked him. I drew this. Why did I say my turn ended? What was that for? Oh, the Furious Strike ended my turn. I never did the buy. So let me go back. I had 6. I did a walk, which knocked it down to 5. Then I did a Furious Strike, which took no time, so I had 5. Then I played the 2 Focus in order to change the die. Then I played Retaliate when he attacked. So I did have 5 time. 5, I'm going to buy I get Weak Attack back, which only does 1, but that's okay because I got that Flamethrower. Unfortunately, the Flamethrower is gone. It had 2 uses. So the Flamethrower is done. Thank you, Flamethrower. That was helpful. All right. With 5 time, I will buy a Guard for 2. That knocks me down to 3. I'll buy a Sprint for 2, and I'm going to buy a Reroll. And I get some of these free cards back. So, this goes back to 6. These go back to their spot. Where's Furious Strike? Right here, and then these go here. Okay. All right. So that was, he retaliated. He drew the card. Did he draw the card? He retaliated. I retaliated. He attacked me, but did I ever draw a card? I don't think I did. And he gets another 2 hearts. The killer can freely move through all maintenance shafts. That's not good. All right, so he gets 2 hearts back. Now it is my turn. All right. We got to get him done. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 8 health to my 6. All right, weak attack, short rest, close call, sprint. He's in my spot, so I'm going to do well, the weak attack isn't going to do anything because it only does 1 damage, but 1 damage is 1 damage. Let's try to get some heroes out of here, or some so what can I do? All right, I'm going to do a walk. I just need 1 star. 1 star. I didn't get it, but I'm going to turn this into a star by getting rid of the short rest and the weak attack. I need the close call in case I need a reroll. I need the guard in case he attacks me. So turn that. That allows me to move 1 space. I move here. It costs me a time. I move this down 1. Now I'm going to play the key card to unlock this shortcut. And I'm going to play sprint. I need 1 star. 1 star is all I need. I got 2. This is awesome. It lets me move 3 spaces and lose a turn. So 3 spaces, I'm going to go 1, 2, tell these to get lost. So I rescued 1. This one gets me a heart back. 5, 6, yep. And it turns my card over so I have a special ability. Victims will move with you into the killer space. Normally they don't do that. When you damage an enemy in your space, you do an additional damage for each victim present. For each additional damage done, a victim is killed. Do not increase the bloodlust for victims killed this way. Not sure how I feel about that, but we'll stick with it. All right, so she went 1, 2, and then I'm going to move her back for her 3rd move. And all I've got is close call and guard. Now, here's the tricky part. He can move through the maintenance shafts. So he's moving still 1 space, so he can only move there when he moves, if he moves at all. What I need is, I need to get the critical blow, which costs 6. So, unfortunately, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give rid of both of these cards, 1, 2, to move the time up to. You can cash in 1 card for 1 time. I'm back up to 6. I'm going to buy critical blow. I do get the freebies, focus, and walk. That knocks me down to 0. This comes back up to 6. These go back into their spaces. And it is now the killer turn. All right. So the killer will stab anyone in his spot. There's no one there. Then we draw a terror card. Hans wants me. He's always wanted me. This is bad. He targets me and he moves 2 boots, which is 2 spaces. 1, 2. He can move through the maintenance shaft because he's got that special ability. So he is now there, and he stabs me for 3 damage. Do I have anything? I have nothing to defend myself, so I lose 3 hearts, just like that. And now it is my turn. All right, what do I got? I got critical blow, focus, and walk. The focuses are not going to help me. The walk will help me get away from him, maybe. So I will play critical blow. I need 2 stars. Desperately need 2 stars. I didn't get them. So I will turn in 2 focuses to make that a star, which allows me to do 2 damage to him, which gets rid of this. I lower this by 1, and my turn ends. So I can't play walk to get away from him. But I do have... I didn't lose any time. That's excellent. So on my upkeep, or my planning stage, I have 6 time. I'm going to buy a retaliate for 4, which knocks me down to 2. And then I'm going to buy a guard, which allows me to possibly ignore damage, and I get the freebies back. And then this goes to 6. These go back into their space. I have no focuses, and I get these. And now it is the killer turn. Once again, the killer will stab me for 3, but this time I am going to play retaliate. And hopefully do damage back and ignore. I need 2 stars. I got 1 star, which allows me to reduce the damage by 2, so he does 1 damage. But I do 1 back to him, so he loses another heart. All right. That played retaliate, so that goes here. So he attacked me. Now he draws a terror card. This is what I was worried about. This goes down by 2. He will target me or the victim, whoever's closest. I'm there, and he will move, but he doesn't have to move. But he doesn't attack. There's no knife, so he just stays there. All right. It is now... Drew the terror card. It is now my turn. I have weak attack. That's all I've got. Short rest, which I probably should play. I'm going to play short rest to try to get a heart back or 2. I could use 2 stars here. I got 2 stars, so I get 2 hearts back. I am back up to full health. All right, so that goes away. Walk, weak attack, and guard. I'm going to play weak attack. I need 2 stars. Come on. I got 1 star, but I'm going to lose a heart, or I could turn it into 1 star by giving away 2 cards, which I'm not going to do. So I am going to do a damage to him, and I lose a heart. So we both lost on that. And unfortunately, I wish I had that flamethrower, but I do not. All right. I have walk, guard, and walk. Let's see if I can get away from him and go get this victim here, because with this victim, I can do an extra point of damage. So I am going to do a walk. And I got a star, which allows me to go here. And and it says move 1 space and lose a time. So I'm down to 6. And I could walk back to him and use the guard to ignore damage, but that's no. Let's be careful here. I could walk and get here, but he moves only 1 boot, so I could get away from him and take this one to safety and try to get this last victim. Let's do that. I'm going to do a walk. I just need maybe 1. I just need at least 1 star. And I got 1. So I lose a time, but I get to go 1 space. I'm going to go here. And didn't I pick up this one? Oh, no, I put it here to unlock that. Okay. All right. So now it is the planning phase. I've got 4 time. I will play... I've only got guard, so I'm going to get a sprint for 2. And then the other 2, I will get a guard again. And I'm down to 0. All right, I get the freebies back. These go back into their spot. And this goes back up to 6. And now it is the killer phase. Killer will target in his spot. There's nobody there. Draws a terror card. Ah. All right. Target the nearest victim. Move 2 boots. Remember, he only moves 1 per boot. So he can go 1, 2. Ah. And then he stabs. So my last victim is dead, which pushes this up 1. And it says for each victim killed, move this up 1. So it moves up again, but this releases his dark power. Feed. For every victim that Hans kills, he recovers a heart. Now that becomes immediate right now. So not when he killed this victim. So there's only 1 victim left, so that's probably a good thing. I've got 1 terror card left before we reveal the finale card. I need to kill this guy. So it's now my turn. Let's see what I got. Focus, focus, guard, sprint, and guard. I have no way to attack him. So let's do a sprint. That's the best I can do. Try to get away from him. I got 2 dice. And I got nothing. I could turn in my focuses to make that a star, which allows me to move 2 spaces. But he's going to catch me. 1, 2. Actually, I'm going to take the chance and make him follow me, which is going to go 1, 2. All right. Maybe this card will make him follow me. We will see. I've got 2 guards here. The sprint goes away, and I lose 2 time. So I'm down to 4. But I keep my guard, and I get the freebies back. And for 4, I keep the 2. Hold on. I keep the 2 guard. I could turn these in to get 6, which is critical blow, which would possibly finish him. But it could also. But I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to cash these 2 in, bump this to 6, and I'm going to take a critical blow. Then I get the freebies back. This moves to 6, and now it's his turn. All right. I'm hoping he comes after me and not that final victim, but we'll see. Because if he does, if I move the bloodlust, I'm going to go down to 1 die, which is not good. All right. His turn. He stabs. There's nobody there, and we draw the final terror card. All victims adjacent to the furnace panic. Furnace is right here, so nobody panics. Roll a die for everyone at the furnace. Imply the following. Well, there's nobody there. Then he targets me or the nearest victim, moves a boot, which allows him to move 2 spaces, and he stabs. Well, the rules state, oh golly, I think the rules state that when given a choice between him, me, or a victim, he always takes the victim. So he will move 1, 2, and stab, which pushes this up, which lowers this down by 1, and I am in bad shape here. That is the end of his turn. And since it is the upkeep phase, the finale card gets revealed. Now he will always target me, move 2 boots, and then stab. Draw a second dark power card when this is revealed. Well, I don't have any more dark power cards, so that's not going to happen. All right, so he's coming at me. All right, my turn. Walk, weak attack, short rest, and a critical blow. I could do this. But I'm only rolling 1 die, and I have no focus. So I'm going to do a walk. Or I can make him come to me. That's what he's going to do. Instead of going to him, I'm going to buy me some cards. I have 6 time to spend. I already have, well, these should have gone back into, hold on. He just went. Yeah, these should have gone back, right? Guard, sprint. Yeah. So focus, sprint, and the 2 guards go back. Does that mean I have the Furious Strike? Oh, I have the critical blow. I do. Okay. All right, so with 6, what can I buy? I could buy a distraction to try to get the back up to 2 dice. It costs 3. Or I could buy improvise, which also costs 3, but it says all 3s and 4s count as successes, which would help me with the critical blow. Once again, gambling here. The 3s and 4s is a big deal. That is a huge deal. I'm going to buy an improvise for 3. That knocks me down to 3. Got the freebies back. All right, so now I will buy a... I only got 3. Distraction, sprint, guard. I could buy a guard and a reroll. I'll buy a guard and a reroll, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only have 8 cards, so that's good. All right, my turn is done. This goes back up to 6. Those go in. Yeah, I already did that. All right, so killer phase. He targets me. Moves 2 boots. Each boot is 2, but he comes here and he stabs me. His stab does 3 damage. But I will play guard to see, and I only roll 1 die. I got nothing. So it says reduce it by 1 to a minimum of 1. So he'll do 2 damage. So 2 hearts come away. And that is all he can do. That goes here. All right, so yeah. And then for every victim, okay, he didn't kill me. So now it's my turn. Let's see what we can do here. I have a critical... Well, no, let's do the improvise. I need a star so bad. I did. I got it. Star. All right. The star says for the next horror roll, all 3s and 4s count as successes. All right. So I will do... a critical blow. I should have done the distraction so I could get the dice back to 2, but that's okay. I just need a star. I got it. So, remember, a star does 2 damage, so he loses 2 hearts. I gain a time, which puts me back to 2 dice, and my turn ends. All right, so the bad news for me is my turn is ended, but I have 6 time left. Critical blow goes away. So here's what happens. I have 6 to buy. I will buy a distraction just in case I need to lower the die for 3. And I will buy a... Well, nope. I'm going to buy the retaliate for 4, which knocks me down to 2. And then I will buy a guard for 2. So I didn't get the distraction I needed, but I'm back to 2 dice, so I'm okay. All right, I get the freebies back. 2 focuses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards. This goes back to 6. These go back into their spots. And it is the killer turn. All right, here's the bad news. Killer will target me and do a stab. Stab does 3 damage. I have nothing. Well, I do have a guard. Oh, I have retaliate. No, let's do retaliate. I get to roll 2 dice. I got 1 star, which says reduce the attack by 2, so he does 1 heart. But I do 1 back to him, so he is down to 1 heart. Now, because this is at 1, I get a 3rd die. And we don't reveal it yet. It just stops. It only when he takes damage will we reveal that. So he moved to me, and he stabbed. There's no terror cards, so it goes to me. Now, here's how we're going to play this. We're going to play weak attack to see what that is. I get to roll 3 dice. I got 1 star, which allows me to do 1 damage, and I lose a heart. He has nothing, so I win. That is the way you beat Hans. That was pretty good. He had his dark power, and he had his finale card revealed. I forgot about this. It says draw a second dark power. He has another dark power, which I should have drawn, which is Sledgehammer Massacre. For every stab, Hans attacks you and each victim in his space once. So that, I don't know how that would have played out. He would have stabbed me again. Could have made a difference, but I forgot that. I thought it was draw another one of these. It's draw another one of these. But that's okay. I'm going to take that as a win because that was still fun. I still had 1 heart. Did I have any bonus hearts? I did not. So I would have died as well. But Barbara did good. She defeated Hans on the USS Konrad, and that is awesome. I hope you like this. This is just such a fun game. Final Girl, highly, highly recommend it. I have no idea what I'm going to play next in terms of bad guy or location, but whatever it is, it will definitely be a random mix-up of some sort. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me with this playthrough of Final Girl. Join me again next week when I play it again. Until then, everybody, take care.